This is a film about money. Getting on for £3 million of it a year. That's the value of the antifreeze sold in Britain last winter. These charts tell us quite a lot about this valuable market. The increase in vehicle population and of antifreeze sales over the last 9 years has been considerable. The percentage of antifreeze users has increased too, but there are still about 1 million motorists who don't use any. There is, however, a far more disquieting part of the picture. Though the amount of antifreeze sold has risen, the percentage of that antifreeze sold by the motor trade has dropped. And that is a situation none of us can be happy about. That chemists have been able to take away from the motor trade so large a proportion of what is surely a motor trade item reflects very little credit on the trade. We don't claim to know much about patent medicines, but we do know a lot about antifreeze. We've been making Bluecol for 28 years, and I'd like you to see the care that goes into its manufacture and the weight that is put into its promotion. This is our tinning and canning plant, the most up-to-date in Britain. There are 2 lines. On this one, gallon tins are being filled and packed in cartons of 6 at the rate of 30 tins a minute. The other line, which we'll see later, fills and packs 50 quart or pint tins a minute. Outside there are bulk storage tanks holding 50,000 gallons of ethylene glycol and the special Bluecol inhibitors. From here the ingredients are pumped in the correct proportions to this electric mixing unit and thence metered to 1,000 gallon storage tanks inside the factory. This is done entirely automatically with full controlling instrumentation. When the pump is operating and filling the tank inside the factory, Bluecol is delivered to this sampling glass, where a visual check is made of its specific gravity. The first sample taken each day is removed to the laboratory for full chemical analysis. Analysis of the raw material, daily analysis of the mixed Bluecol, and a specific gravity check on every 1,000 gallons of Bluecol ensure that the high quality is maintained. Now for quantity. Each tin or can must contain exactly the right amount of Bluecol, so every day these filling nozzles are checked for accuracy. Tins of identical weight are run through 4 times daily and, after filling, are weighed again. The precise weight of a gallon of Bluecol is of course known, so a check on the accurate adjustment of the filling nozzles can be made. After filling, the gallon tins move on to this automatic capping machine. Then comes packing, and this ingenious machine lines the tins up in 6s, ready to be dropped into the waiting cartons. Each carton, of course, contains a supply of Bluecol windscreen stickers and radiator labels in a waterproof bag. Now the cartons are automatically gummed and sealed, top and bottom. 5 cartons every minute, each containing 6 gallons of Bluecol. The story is much the same for quart and pint cans. Empty cans are placed on this accumulator table and fed to the filling nozzles. Again, regular checks are taken, and these include volumetric checks on the contents of a can using Board of Trade certified measures. Then the lids are rolled and seamed on, and the operation proceeds at the rate of 50 cans per minute. Packing the cans in cartons of a dozen each is a less automated procedure than with the gallon tins. And of course, as well as radiator labels and windscreen stickers, can openers are included in the cartons. So we've made the product, and we've made it well. Now we've got to sell it. Let's eavesdrop on one of the early Bluecol meetings, taking place in March, and looking ahead, of course, to this winter.
We've proofed the first of the Bluecol trade advertisements. We're trying to get the garage to make a positive selling effort to keep this antifreeze business in their own hands. For the consumer advertisements, there are three main points. The car manufacturers recommend Bluecol and use it themselves. Your garage is the place to buy antifreeze. And if you really care for your car, you'll use Bluecol.
That's fine. We need proofs of that first trade advertisement for our own staff in May. I've got the sales promotion program here. We mail the factors and car manufacturers in May, then the bulk distribution of price lists. The first trade press advertisement in June, our own sales conference, and the start of our sales campaign to the factors. In July, we send them publicity material. In August, we mail the garage trade. The factors meetings run through September, so does the changeover of forecourt signs. Trade advertisement number 2 appears in September, and a month later, we start consumer advertising.
All in all, this Bluecol promotion is a pretty big thing, running into a sum approaching 6 figures each year. This is part of our publicity department, where all the Bluecol display material and literature is prepared. We always maintain the same house style, but with a new twist each year to keep us ahead. These are the first layouts for the paper banner, window sticker, and show card. There's a 4'6" high cut-out figure for showroom use. This is the version we chose as the final one. Then there's the range of literature, the biggest item of which is the recommendation wall chart. We send out 3 tons of these every year. The trade manual is almost the Bluecol Bible, and we print 30,000 copies of it. But the print order for these familiar items is 3 million. We'd like to see every garage in the country use a correspondence sticker on every letter and invoice sent out during September and October. And if that means printing another 1 million stickers, we'll be glad to do it. Here's your publicity requisition form detailing what's available. And we need all the effort you can give to make sure that the items are used. If they're not, then we've wasted a lot of money, and you're depriving the trade of essential sales aids to help them keep this antifreeze business in their own hands. And don't just send the stuff to the garages. Put it up yourself when you call. You've already seen this as a paper banner. In September, we start using it in this way. In September, too, we change the forecourt signs. 9,000 of them throughout the country.
You've seen how we make Bluecol, and we've reminded you of the continual promotion effort behind it. Now let's hear from John Hall, our sales manager. Mr. Hall, what's the main point in Bluecol promotion this year?
First of all, let's remember that we're dealing with a product that was first produced in 1934, and it has been heavily and continually advertised since that date. Our main job is to make the garage trade fight back with a positive selling effort to recover the valuable business it's losing. We have done and still are doing our best in this direction. So presumably are you. We are providing powerful sales aids, and it's up to you to see that they are properly used. Our aim is to realize over and over again the scene we saw at the beginning of this film.